There have been a number of incidents since yesterday. As of just a few minutes ago, actually, there have been 16 violations by YPG. They fired at our soldiers and also some of the Syrian National Army forces. They used snipers. They launched a number of other attacks. We retaliated to some of them within the framework of our self-defense, but we have spoken to the Americans this morning, and our military people also are in touch with their counterparts. We're telling them to use their leverage over YPG, not to engage the Turkish forces. We have given them options to leave the area. So we hope that as of tonight and tomorrow, they will stick to this agreement and leave the area, because we do not want to see any further clashes.
Trying to decipher some of the Twitter comments.
We have this deal now, agreement with the Americans, which is good for the time being. But the rest of that area should be turned into a safe zone for the refugees, and that we will discuss with the Russians. But we are obviously in touch with Americans and the Europeans, not only for this purpose, specific purpose of creating this area, reconstruction, resettlement, but also to continue the fight against ISIS, because we do not want to see ISIS to come back in any form or shape. So, I mean, it's a big debate. The Russians know our sensitivity and our red lines in regards to YPG. They know this very clearly. I had a meeting with the Russian delegation 2 days ago in Ankara, where we discussed this issue as a preparation for the Sochi meeting on October 22nd. We understand that they want the regime forces to come to these places where the Americans are evacuating. But for us, now, a number of issues are of utmost significance as we go through this phase of this period. Number one is that YPG needs to leave all these areas. So changing American flag with Russian flag and still keeping YPG there will not be acceptable to us. Number two, there should be conditions conducive to the return of the refugees. Well, the letter came on October the 9th. So about 3 days after the call. And when I received the letter to present it to our president, I personally was very surprised by the tone, the style of it, but also more so by its content. And our president, of course, asked me to convey our message to the Americans, that we reject this letter completely in its style as well as in its substance. In fact, the clearest response to that letter came on October the 9th at 16 hours when we began the operation itself.